Will now come to order, Ms. G.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that the board goes into executive session. Mr. Chair, the board is now going out of recess.
Any objection? So we're now out of recess and we're into the new regular meeting for today. This meeting was publicly noticed on the Guam Daily Post on October 14th and October 19th. In accordance with the open government law, this meeting is also live streamed on our GDOE Facebook and is also on YouTube and also recorded. Meeting call to order. Mr. Superintendent, please roll call.
Mr. Adam? Present. Ms. Angel?
Here.
Ms. Bldg? Dr. Griffith? Ms. Gutierrez? Dr. McNish? Dr. Okada? Mr. Sablon? Ms. Concepcion?
Here.
Mr. Winataco? Mr. Fidenko? Mr. Terlahi? Roll's complete, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Bldg.
Mr. Chair, first I'd just like to say a happy birthday to our colleague, Dr. Rama Ish. And also at this, yesterday. Also, I would like everybody in this audience, because you all know these individuals. Mr. Chair, we have former employees of the Guam Department of Education, and I'm very proud that I got to work with them as principals who have left us and went to their resting, beautiful resting place. Mr. Sawa Villa, Bldg Iglesias, Mr. Joe Pineda, Mr. Art Pisa. And I ask that we take a moment of silence at this time. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mrs. Vandy Chan. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Vandy Chan. I didn't say yes, I said Chan. I got it written up.
She corrected herself. She corrected herself.
Right, Chan. Mr. Chair, we can proceed with the next item of the agenda.
Thank you, Ms. G, and may all those hardworking employees, retired employees from GDOE, may they rest in peace. And so now we celebrate success. We have quite a few people here to issue certificates to. And we're going to call them up by groups. so that you can all come up. In the interest of time, we do have a long agenda today and a long meeting. The first group is from special ed. +33 years as a teacher, special ed. All of you come up, Christine Hernandez. 31 years as a teacher, special ed, Bernice Cepeda. 32 years as a bus driver, special ed, Norbert Miner. And 32 years as a psych evaluator, Thomas Hazama. And 32 years as a speech language clinician in special ed, Christine Franques. These are all from special ed. We congratulate you all. Come on up and receive your certificates from the board. From Okuru High School, again, the whole group. Teacher, 32 years, Virginia Manson. 35 years, cafeteria manager, Richard Leon Guerrero. 7 years, cook's assistant, Dolores Cruz. 26 years, Mr. John Rodin, teacher. From Jose Rios Middle School, 35 years, teacher, Peter Tobes. 8 years, teacher, Maribeth Petito. From Southern High School, 27 years, teacher, Joey Mesa. Joey here. Representative from Southern High. We'll hold it here until someone comes. Legon Elementary School. School health counselor, 27 years. Josefa D. Lizama Artero. I don't know who did the math. $36 years. Thank you. 36 years, 29 days. Congratulations. From Atacao Elementary School, our principal, 31 plus years, Janice Chargala. And I see the vice principal is accepted. Thank you. Please give Janice our thank you. I think they want to take a picture. As you know, Janice's husband is also a longtime GDOE employee and principal, Mr. Ken Chargala, and a board member, and he's undergoing some medical treatment, so let's remember him in our prayers as well as Janice. Thank you. From Kindergarten Elementary School, 30 plus years, Christy Valdez. 32 plus years, teacher, Marites Garcia. Principal. Marites, you can get cat for that. Carmel Diaz, 23 plus years. Paul Tyser, 30 plus years. But they're from another school. ICAT. Congratulations. The new principal and the retired principal. Yes, from Agda. Here we go. Again, Carmel Diaz, 23 plus years. Paul Tyserpick, 30 plus years. And their principal, Dr. Rebecca Perez, 31 plus years. Thank you so much. From Louis B. Antolon Middle School, 18 plus years, teacher, Dora Cruz. Para-educator, 22 plus years, Vince Leon Guerrero. Thank you so much for your service. From Orange Chalampago Elementary School, teacher Melissa Gutierrez Lujan, 39 plus years. Thank you. From Simon Sanchez High School, library technician, 32 plus years, Vivian Fukui. She said she would try to make it. From Benavente Middle School, 21 plus years, teacher, Francisco Lazaga. Thank you. From Weddingale Elementary School, 20 plus years, librarian, Lolita Torres. Accept Thank you. And now a very special group of people. One that just got voted through Peak as Best for 2025, Best Class of 2025, George Washington High School. And for CL Titan Elementary School, a lot of work, a lot of sweat, a lot of effort from parents, from volunteers, from the mayors, from our own maintenance division, from all over the teachers and administrators. They went from a B to an A in their public health sanitation inspection. So congratulations to CL Titan Elementary School. Now you join a few elite schools in the Class A category. The challenge is to keep the A next year. Congratulations. That goes to show you folks that our schools are doing what they have to do to be able to meet the standards and go above the standards. And we congratulate all the schools thus far. Every school that has been inspected this year has passed public health sanitation. So congratulations to all of them. And that's it for this round of Celebrate Success. I know that we have a few more that will be coming up at our next meeting. Those that weren't able to be here and those that are, again, retiring pretty soon. Thank you for coming today. We're going to go into consent calendar so we can approve some of the minutes and the superintendent's report of several meetings in August 19, September 23rd, August 19, September 23rd, both the minutes and the superintendent's report. Do I hear a motion? Any objection? Minutes and superintendent's report of August 19 and the September 23rd are hereby approved.
Mr. Chair, there are no minutes for September 23rd.
Yeah, not yet, sorry, not yet.
Okay, Kat, you're making me make mistakes up here.
I'm sorry.
Public participation, yes, yes, I understand it's a recess meeting, so. No one for public participation today. Communications, correspondence received by the board of September 23rd. Are there any? Mr. Superintendent?
Yes, there is one specific. We have an invitation to provide information from Senator Borja, and that the event is already passed, but we also have correspondence from the U.S. Department of Education from the Secretary's office dated August 21st, 2025, and this is with regard, in summary, it's an extensive letter and description of how to include charter and private schools in special support services through Title I. It's the beginning of policy change in that regard. So it's an extensive letter. It's in the packet.
Everyone has that in their package, so if you have any questions, you can certainly bring it up with the superintendent later. Ex-Officio member reports, IBOGS. Ms. G. Colleen, you may read it, your report.
Today, Guam Education Board. My name is Colleen Conception, Vice Chairperson of school year 2025 to 2026 Islandwide Board of Governing Students. On behalf of my two fellow colleagues, Tiyan and Ramos, we are honored to be appointed by our advisor, Mrs. Maria Gutierrez, to attend the 2025 National Association of State Boards of Education, or NASB, new student member Institute virtual meeting during September 2025 to represent our Guam Department of Education students. This experience provided us with meaningful insights, practical tools, and a strong foundation to provide services to this school year's Guam Education Board. Connecting with current student board members across the country from states like Tennessee, Hawaii, Washington, and California was both inspiring and unifying. Additionally, having the chance to speak to former state board members and NASB officials gave us the opportunity to learn what we can do during our term and what initiatives former student board members have taken to improve their state's education, giving us a clearer vision of the role we want to offer in Guam's educational development. We are also proud to share that we had the opportunity to be part of the High School Transformation State Network Student Advisory Council. As members of the Student Advisory Council, we are able to speak on behalf of Guam to aid in creating policy recommendations to tackle issues in the United States and its territories high schools, such as improving engagement, personalizing learning, and implementing skills that align high school learning to post-secondary and real-world success. Overall, this new student member institute meeting has been beneficial to myself, Tiyan, and Rainier as members of the Islandwide School Board of Governing Students, Guam Education Board. The knowledge and perspective we gain will for sure be integrated within the council and contribute to the meaningful conversations and decisions within our own high schools and the Guam Education Board. As such, we will be sharing with the IBOGS and the Guam Education Board in the High School Transformation State Network Student Advisory Council's information. So thank you on behalf of myself, Shainez, Rainier, and the school year 2025-2026 Islandwide Board of Governing Students, to Mrs. Gutierrez and the Guam Education Board for the continued support and guidance.
Members, any questions? Thank you, Colleen.
Mr. Chair, I don't have a question, but just want to say that we're very proud that Guam is the only one that they have three students on that advisory, high school transformation advisory council. And it is an honor for these students, and a thank to the principal that allowed them, because they attended Zoom meeting 1 hour, and by 1 hour they're over. These are the students that will be part of that advisory council. During the NASB conference that I will be attending next week, I will be attending that high school transformation session with Dr. Okada, and we will be also visiting a school site that has been designated for us to see that. But I just want to thank the IBOGS, because they're the one who's going to tell us now what they want to, what the students should be learning, and what they should be getting from the Department of Education. They're not going to be, their voice will now be what we should all hear. Thank you, Colleen, and thank you, Gianna. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. G. Any other members? Thank you, IBOGS. Just in time, Guam Federation of Teachers. President Fedenko.
Present. Sorry. Thank you. I apologize. I didn't see the packet in my email. So I haven't been, I'm getting this in front of me. I'm assuming the ongoing school aid situation, technicians and clerks are still an issue. But I hope not. The latest from the last executive council meeting, we had a situation, class sizes in the contract for special education are, some schools are in violation of that. Also, it was brought to the attention of the executive council that some students are eating snacks in the hallway of the schools, not utilizing the cafeteria. We consider this a potential health hazard and closing of schools and a health safety issue. So I hope that's taken care of. The teacher did bring it up with the principal, and the principal's response was something similar to, well, they do it in other schools. So if it's going on in one school, possibly more. I don't have guaranteed facts on that. But it seems to be in the elementary schools where the kids at recess time. In the past, we've always, to be honest, at my school, kids ate outside in the hallways, but I think the health department has put a stop to that for pest control and whatnot, because we all drop our Cheetos now and then. And that is it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fedenko. Mr. Superintendent, please follow up on those concerns raised by Mr. Fedenko, and if you need to respond to him directly, just go ahead and respond to him directly. And Kat HR, as we mentioned in the last meeting, so that Mr. Fedenko knows the status of the hiring of those CBA positions that we're all concerned about. Please give him a listing of those that have been filled, those that are still open, and those that are still under continuous announcement. Okay, so he may also be aware if you haven't done so yet. Thank you. Mayor's Council of Guam, I don't see Mayor BJ Terlahi here. We'll just go into the unfinished business. The superintendent's report, those are all in your packets. They are in your packets according to Kat. Many of these items are actually not new. They've been on here. The only thing that we really want to hone in at this moment is the management and curriculum audit status report. We know that it has been completed. Mr. Superintendent, if you could make a report on that. We are not releasing that yet until the board has met to discuss it in their own retreat meeting.
Is that received final draft of the report that's been provided to all board members in your packet. It's rather lengthy. There's a time requirement set in the England legislation that you need to accept the report by mid-November, and I think I annotated that on the document. That would provide the opportunity for the board to give feedback to the folks that prepared it for us and did the audit, and then add that information and then publish the document. And we have to have it published to the legislature by mid-December, given the time constraints that were put in the law. So that's been annotated. If we can get that reviewed and put forward and then published by the date, that'll be the optimal way to do it. I recommend that a work session for board members that would like to sit down and walk through it in detail.
Yes, there will be a work session retreat meetings for the board members to discuss the management and curriculum audit, and then after that we will get together because, like you said, we do have to have this completed and approved and released by December.
I will remind the board that the contract that developed that also includes a year's worth of support after the report is published, so
Okay.
we can work on the implementation with the firm that prepared it.
Ms. G?
Mr. Chair, thank you, Superintendent. I know that you're getting pressured to release that management audit, but I commend you for not releasing because it should go for the board, to the board first. I read the report, and there's issues there that I am questioning because there was no validation whether those are correct, accurate or not. I read to the pages, and I think some other board members read. So don't release until the board has an opportunity, because that's what we did with the Evergreen. It goes to the board first, but I do have some concerns of comments that or interviews that from other division department that they should have validated with the board first. So I just want to let that known to you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. And it will be a retreat with the board members. Thank you.
Vice Chair?
Superintendent, I know the dashboard is on your report, and I know that it's tied to the SLDS, but I'd like to find out what the status is of the SLDS because I have not heard or seen any movement on the state longitudinal data system and where it's at and who's doing what and when the next meeting is and how it's supposed to move forward.
I've gone back and redirected the procurement folks to follow up on that, and I saw the correspondence yesterday to moving on to the second bidder and advising them to engage with us to go into the negotiation phase. So that's moving.
Ms. G?
Superintendent, it's gonna be over 1 year of this dashboard. And I agree. When I go with my nasty meetings and monthly, dashboard is always mentioned in all the states. And here we are. It's gonna be over 1 year, no dashboard, no dashboard. I hope that before you leave in December 31st, we will see a dashboard, because like the other state, dashboard are used on facility and maintenance, dashboard is used in student achievement, dashboard is used in many ways. And when they ask me about Guam's dashboard, I say, nothing, because they've been looking at on the website of the DOE. We haven't seen anything. So I just don't understand why after almost a year and no dashboard. So this is what I call thoughts up plan, only let it plan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Superintendent, you want to respond?
We should be able to put that up within the next 30 days. Although it'll still be in evolution, but we've done quite a bit of work on it, so it should be ready to go.
So today is October 20. By the next board
The
meeting.
next board meeting, we should have the initial pieces of it up in public so they can be accessed.
Okay, Ms. G will look forward to that. Yes. And on G status of decommissioned schools, I just want to announce that Ms. G, who chaired the ad hoc committee for the decommissioning, has resigned from the chairmanship of that committee. So that leaves Dr. McNich, Dr. Gutherds, and Ms. Felly to take the helm, and one of you chair the committee. So you're pointing, Dr. G, you've been voluntold to head the decommissioning of schools. Thank you so much. Aside from chairing the Health and Safety Committee as well. Yeah. That's what doctors are paid for. Thank you. Executive Committee, NASB.
Mr. Chair, the National State Board of Education 2025 annual conference will commence on October 26th to the 29th. Dr. Okada and I are attending on our own expense. We're paying our own way. We will be meeting a lot of the other state board, and we will be sharing a lot of what's happening on Guam, but it is a need that we get on that website, because there was data that some states have. And when I questioned during the exchange meeting why was Guam included, said, Maria, we could only find your minutes. We don't see anything on your Guam Department of Education in your data. This is why it's very important. Very important that we provide, because other states are looking at Guam. And when I question why we are not in there, say there's nothing on your website. So I don't know who's the webmaster or who is, we need those information, especially data. And that's now that we have the IBOGS as member of the High School Transformation Advisory Council. They will be needing that because they will be asked about data of our Guam Department of Education. Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. G, and we wish you and Vice Chair Okada a safe trip and a very successful NASB conference. And as you know, because both I won't be there and Dr. Okada will be leaving at the last day, that we have designated you as the voting delegate for NASB for Guam. Search Committee updates. Ms. G.
Colleagues, as you know, we completed the second process of our search. And I want to personally thank the committee members, Dr. McInch, Mrs. Feli Angel, and Mrs. Catherine Ara, for the time that we spent, and I'm so sorry, and Dr. Okada, that from the time we received the applications to email, we received 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. We were able to stay focused, and that's why I ask all of you to respect the search committee, and because we will inform you what's the next process. I received a call the other day from the media. I already know where it's leaking from, in this room. Please, we will. Just let us finish the process. But if you're gonna be the Mr. Cooley, Mr. Madam, that you're gonna call the media, you really are very disgusting as far as I'm concerned. That this committee is working hard. And that's why, Mr. Chair, I will soon call for an executive session so that we will discuss further on the student superintendent search. But to my colleagues, the committee members, thank you so much, because we did it. But we have to follow the process. Of course, we have site detractors who wanted to know everything, but we remain focused. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. G. And following up on your comments, that is to say that as of today, there is no decision on who the next superintendent of the DOE will be. There will be if I'm not mistaken, there will be either a special meeting or at our next regular meeting for this to happen.
That's correct, Mr. Chair. There is no decision. So if you're one of them that's calling the media to call me, by the way, I don't answer. I don't answer. And I know where it's coming from already. There's no decision. We're not hiding anything. We will be transparent when we finish, when we meet, and then we come out and decide when it was a special meeting. And then we will make the announcement. Just today, all of us, I am calling, I think all of you receive a text, right? Nothing is good. To me, that's uncalled for. But we're professional. We stick to what we believe, each one of us. We're not making any announcement in this meeting today. Because that's what the reporter called me up yesterday, texted me yesterday, and another one. But I know where it's coming from. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. G. Dr. Bldg.
Yes, can we please just inform the public what our schedule is for the selection of the superintendent?
We're going to discuss that at the executive session, and then we'll come out with a schedule. And the public will be notified. Instructional Academic Support Committee, Head Start report.
Hello. Hi, so the report that you have is from September. The updates to the October financials and RCCFP reports from food services is not included yet. So I'll be sure to include that with next month's report. The biggest issue here with our report is just really the action we're requesting for approval of our application for one-time supplemental funding of 1.2 million. This was to enhance nutrition education and services, as well as to promote healthy eating for children, our Head Start children in our cafeterias. So in consultation with food services, I did write into the grant application for food service upgrades, as well as replacement of the sculleries in all of the cafeterias of the schools that have Head Start classrooms. In addition, it includes replacement of our Head Start children's dinnerware and some other nutrition education resources. At the time that this was submitted, it was said that we did not need to turn in the Board and Policy Council approvals at that time because of the time constraints at the end of the year. But they have said that they need it now, and once the budget is passed with Congress, they will start looking at which applications can be funded in the order that they were received. So they had asked us to submit that as soon as we're able to. There is some other information included in there about the federal updates. Just to reiterate, Head Start locally is not affected by the federal shutdown because we are not federal employees, we're Guam employees, and we receive federal funds through the grant. So we received our grant funding in July, and that is why we're not affected by the current shutdown. But there's a lot of information that have been coming down through the feds, and I share that with you for you to read through at your leisure, because it will affect Head Start moving forward. I also included our program information report from the last school year. Just to summarize it, we did serve over 50% of our children in duration classrooms. Those are classrooms where the operational hours match that of the school. So they're from 8:30 to 2:43. And the remaining of our children are in half-day centers. A lot of parents have been asking if we can expand all of our classrooms, but we will not be able to do that until we're able to add additional full-time staff to our staffing pattern. We also served over 550 children cumulatively in the school year. This included 13 homeless children, 28 foster kids, and 39 children with certified special needs. And 421 of those 550 kids did receive family services from our staff. The lead paint at Finnegassen, we were able to finish the last classroom there. At the time, the contractor said that it's still encapsulated, everything is still safe there. They did remind us that if the doors or door jambs were to be disturbed, that it needed to have a lead abatement contractor, and we did inform the principal, assistant principal, and the safety office of all of those things, because I do know there's refurbishment projects happening. The good news of our staffing is that we have interviews scheduled tomorrow and Thursday, and then we have received from HR the teacher referrals, so we'll be scheduling those interviews as soon as we can. Thank you to Ms. Felly for coming to our proclamation signing at the Dedado Sports Complex. We had an overwhelming amount of families and children present. This year we did it a little differently, and we had it up in Dedado because for the past few years, our kids have been getting rained on, right, at Adelude. And so it was a good experience. Hopefully next year, the aircon will be fixed there. I hear that that's in the works because it was really hot. But you know, the kids are really resilient, and they have their food, and we did have donations from Public Health, Division of Children Wellness. They did donate books, gas coupons for the parents, and McDonald's sandwiches for the other kids that the parents brought with them. But our Head Start children were able to use it as a field trip, and they had their school lunches, so that was great. Other than that, I did want to touch up on an update to the board regarding the article in the news about GURA and our Head Start classrooms. So our superintendent has been in contact with me as well, and our GURA deputy director, Fernando Estevez. He did clarify that there are a total of 11 classrooms that were built by GURA during that time. There was a little bit of confusion because we do have 2 classrooms that were built also at that time. They look exactly like the GURA classrooms, but those were built through FEMA funds after Pangsanwa. And so now I've been told by our former director that there's a caveat in the contract somewhere about that after 10 years of us using it, that it would revert to DOE. However, I have not been able to locate that contract. I will consult with the other DOE divisions who signed off at the time to find a copy of it. The chief planner at that time was Ike Santos, so hopefully somewhere there or in legal counsel we can locate the document, and then we'll update the board, and the superintendent can update her at that time. I'm happy to answer any other questions. Other than that, I just have that one action item.
Thank you, Tiyan. Mr. Adam.
I'm glad you brought up the topic of about GURA and Chief. I can imagine in late August, but when the students from Cape transfer and start, where did they go, and was the enrollment over and beyond was it over and beyond the capacity, classroom capacity?
So Chief Brody had 2 classrooms. Our
Yes.
maximum capacity is 20 kids. We do not exceed that capacity, but there was a waiting list at the time. Chief Brody Head Start encompassed both Tamuning LBJ District and Chief Brody District. So once the school was closed, the children from Tamuning District went back to that site because we did not have a classroom at the time then, but we do now. And those within the Chief Brody District followed the DOE redistricting and went to whichever school they were assigned to, which would be Jan Guerrero, Lewan.
That's my question. Was the enrollment because of the
movement from Chief Brody to the other school, was it over and beyond the capacity, classroom capacity?
I wouldn't say it was over and beyond. We do have a wait list at those schools, but we always have we always work to maintain an active wait list so that as soon as kids come out from.
Did you ever, from the students that came from Chief Brody, that went to other schools, not to Moody, were any denied continuation of Head Start program?
No, children can stay in Head Start for up to 2 years. So it's up to the parents. If they finish the 1 year at Chief Brody and they were going to be returning a second year, they're automatic into the program. The parents would pick which school and let us know which school their kid would be at.
So nobody was denied
They should not
admission?
Unless we reached capacity and then they were on the wait list.
Of the ones that moved, it did not reach capacity. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair?
So Angelina, just to clarify, is there one action or two actions from the board?
So the second one was for the approval of hiring, but to fill our vacancies, but we have already scheduled with HR. So just the first one, which is the approval of our application for the one-time supplemental funding.
Okay, so I need to ask, we just had a budget meeting. Are these positions that she's interviewing included in the proposal that was given to the board to review? I don't see it here on the list.
How many board members? I will have to confer with Angelina to see which of the positions are locally funded. And then we would have to fold it in because it was based off of the filled positions. Anything that was, I apologize, I'm looking for Kat, but she's not here. Oh, there you are. So I don't believe that I saw any local funded positions in the pending. So it wouldn't have shown up. So if there are any remaining local that need to be funded, of course, they'll have to be filled in because we don't want to jeopardize the Head Start grant and the services.
So there's 3 locally funded that's on the list. And then 1 aide and 1 teacher. But I understand the on-cost that's on hold right now.
Right, so we'll fold them in because that we can't jeopardize the grant. So we'll fold them in.
Okay, just saying, because it's not on the list that you're giving to the board to approve.
Correct, ma'am. We'll submit a revised version.
Any other questions? My question, Angelina, is if you say that Gora built 11 or maybe 9 classrooms for Head Start,
Right.
and all these years we're only using 1 or 2,
We've used all of them. We've been using all of them.
all of them have been occupied by Head Start students,
Yes.
9 classrooms.
Yeah, so it's 9 sites, but 2 of those schools had the double classrooms like Chief Brody. So Chief Brody and Ujoa have 2 classrooms.
Okay, so it's not 9 classrooms built at Chief Brody.
No. Total
Okay,
throughout the island.
all right. I thought I heard you earlier say
Sorry.
it's 9 classrooms.
So 9 elementary schools have 11 classrooms built by Gora.
Okay. I also want to put on the record that ever since this issue of the closure of Chief Brody was put on the table, we have never heard directly, at least I, sure, none of the board members have ever heard directly from Gora stating that we would not be in compliance with HUD if we close Chief Brody and the classrooms there are not used for Head Start.
And I didn't either, or I would have brought it in my board report.
But the good thing is, as you mentioned, even without using those classrooms at Chief Brody, no student was denied entry into the Head Start program because they were absorbed in another school. And I think we need to specify that and let Gora know that nobody, not one student, was deprived of Head Start education simply because a closure of 2 classrooms. They were accommodated at another school. Now, whatever internal workings that the superintendent and guru have to do, along with the assistant superintendents, in coming up with a resolution to this, I'm sure there is one, without even saying that we have to pay back because we're not using the classroom. But I look forward to that response and that resolution, Mr. Superintendent. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Ms. G.
Angelina, did you ask, how did they, because I know Asan Community Center, that was a Head Start center.
Yes. It was
And
built
when
around-
they closed up the classroom there, I don't know who was the deputy overseeing at the time, right? But that's why the mayor of Asan went to Gura, because they didn't have a classroom there, but they were using it to store it, to put the storage of Head Start. So now that place is strictly the Asan mayor's office. What was the process? Because when Head Start came here and said we were in violation on a lot of the center. Dr. Okada, myself, Mrs. Angel, Mayor Savares, we went, and acting superintendent at that time, Judy Wampat, we went around, told the center, so we tried to go to Asan, only to find out there's no more Head Start there. So what was the process in taking that and giving it to the communities, Asan?
At
Yes.
the community center, when Gura built that community center, they built a room there. It was not intended to be a classroom. It was a parent resource center. So it was a two rooms, and it was 2 rooms because when they have like our policy council meetings or workshops, the other room that's adjoining to it is where we would provide childcare while the parents attended the meetings. But when we no longer needed it, then Gura had said that if we did not, what I was told at the time was that Gura had specified that if we no longer needed it, it would revert to the mayor. And so all we had to do was say, we no longer need to use that, and then it went to the mayor's office. There was nothing else that needed to be done.
Thank you. Any other questions for Head Start? Motion for the approval?
Yes, I move to approve the one-time supplemental funding of $1,206,715 to enhance nutrition education and services for GDOE and Head Start.
Seconded by Ms. Belli. Any discussion? No discussion? All those in favor say aye. Nays? All ayes? Approved. Now to Mr. Ada, your last report as chair of the Health and Safety Committee, Facilities and Maintenance.
As of this time, I'm still want to communicate with facilities and maintenance and some of the repairs, but as of right now, I'm glad. Thank you, Dr. Guthers, for accepting the chair of this committee, but I will continue to assist in this manner. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Ada. So our next meeting, it will be Ms. Dr. G that will be making a report. But please, like you say, continue to help Dr. G and other members working on our safe and healthy schools. Policy Review and Strategic Planning Committee, and the Vice Chair will make a report on the BRIC, bonuses, rewards, and incentives program.
Mr. Chair, I just request that you refer this to a committee to review. We don't have any information on this. There was a presentation, a document given to us by the superintendent, but it has not been discussed.
But it is actively being worked on. Mr. Superintendent?
We do have that correction. We have been stopped because of some other priorities, but we do need to go back and finish the work on it.
Yes, one way or the other, we have to give those that have been affected by this a response. So by the next board meeting, can we have something so that we can, and the vice chair can effectively respond for the BRIP?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Adam?
Thank you. Looking at this, the policy review and strategic planning committee, it says here bonuses, rewards, and incentive program. My question is this funded?
Vice Chair?
The department did not request for funding in 25 or in 26 for this program. Doesn't mean we can't review the policy, but it's not currently funded or being presented to be funded.
So in reality, we're simply saying, don't count your hopes, because it's not gonna happen until maybe 27, maybe. But as of right now, I think to 20, budget, we're to 26, we're at 27, right?
Yeah, so we're working on 27,
Eight,
we're
28.
working on developing the 27 budget that is due by January 31st, but it is not currently in the budget for
No,
26.
the reason, Dr. Okada, is I don't want the recipients of this rewards, bonuses that they have expected as an incentive program, that the money is gonna come. It's not going to come as quickly as you would have thought. You'll have to put it into the budget for 27. It's as simple as that. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure that our budget people, accounting people would, and the superintendent, I know it's a budget that is way lower than what we asked for. And even the amount we currently have, as the vice chair just told me, it's not even enough for operations. So it's going to be a very tough year, but we all have to, be very prudent and put the money where it truly has to go. And if BRIP is there, and there is a way to be able to support those employees under that, then I'm sure that this board, if they have an opportunity to do so, will do so. Fiscal Management Committee, Accounts Payable Aging Report.
So the information that we currently have is for the prior month, for September. Because we went into a new board meeting, we don't have updated financials that are presented at this time. But if you want to refer to the prior month, we can. It's just that it's outdated. I would recommend that we just wait until the next meeting so we can have updated financials.
Okay, anything else, Mr. Adam?
Dr. Okada, what's the latest, maybe finance or probably what's the longest that we haven't paid? And and if we have to identify who they are, so be it. But we would like to know who's the longest and what's the delay?
We just paid a bill from 21-22 for your Department of Public Works for busing. So that's one of the oldest bills I've come across. But
What about the private sector?
on the private sector, we have a couple of bills that are not paid. American Printing, over 90 days. And that's because there's complications with paying that. American Printing is an example. There's complications with paying it with local funds because the bill was incurred doesn't meet the requirements of the grant. So we're trying to settle that with the USAID. Problem is when we communicate with USAID, right now we're not getting any. We're getting a standard response that they're shut down.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Any other questions? Grant status report, FY 25.
So I think we can also take this up at the next meeting, primarily because the fiscal year ended in September. And there are some funds that needed to be obligated by September 30th. So the next grant status report should identify the federal funds that we may have lost because we didn't encumber the funds. So we'll wait till the next meeting to determine what those grants are, if any.
Thank you. I don't know if it's under here, but the current request for reimbursements under ARPA, where are we? Are we getting what we're asking for in return?
We did, and I apologize to my boss, we did receive the 18 million that we paid out based on the guidance from Dr. Okada. That was cycle number 5. We have cycle 6 in for 4.7 million, but that was put in last week, and all our respondents at USAID we get a standard reply that they're shut down. And then we are working on cycle 7, which is about 2.some million that's currently with internal audit. And this week we're paying cycle 8, which is 1.7 million. But at some point we're concerned because we haven't gotten the 4.7 back from cycle 5. We can't keep doing this if the federal government remains shut down.
And that concern also is part of the 51 million that we asked a long time ago.
Yes, that has been, 54 million, 51 million has been cleared by IAO. We've submitted the request to, there's a question about the other 3 million because we turned in 3.8 million worth of payroll documents. But we're only asking for 3 million of that. So we need to clean that part up and send that in also to USAID.
But that's still in the hopper.
Yes.
USAID.
And that was, good news on that was the late liquidation. It was added to the late liquidation, which was the holdup before. It wasn't part of the late liquidation.
Thank you. Mrs. Quinn, the U.S. Department of Education specific conditions report. I understand that they didn't have a meeting. So did our attorneys in DC, were they able to get any response from USAID?
All of the people who respond to that at USAID are no longer responding. We have a proposed letter from our from the Berman Group to put forward to USAID to drop the last remaining requirements of high risk, because virtually all of the people, even the second group that were put together to respond to that, are no longer available.
Thank you. We look forward for them to release GDOE from further, holding us back on the high risk status. FY 24 audit progress. Any? Mr. Paul?
I spoke with Frank Cooper Nurse this week. They've completed their part. They had a meeting with EY. I hope we were not invited. And we have some journal entries we've got to make.
But so far we're on track.
We're on track, yes.
No request for more documents?
Not that I know of, nope.
All right. And we haven't heard from the OPA either, so not hearing from him is either good news or to be released, the audit to be released in December. Yeah. As long as it doesn't move to January, please. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, my understanding is, I know the OPA still has the textbook inventory audit, they're not completed yet. That's coming forward, but
Thank
the
you.
way that Franklin was doing, that's the progress, but the OPA has still are not complete with the textbook audit. Thank you.
Almost done. Ad hoc committee, under new business, as I mentioned earlier, Ms. G no longer chairs that committee. We have a new chair, Dr. G, and she'll have a report for us hopefully by next meeting if there is anything to report. Proposed school calendars 26, 27, 27, 28, 28, 29, 29, 30.
So, all of you should have received a proposed calendar for 4 years, school year 26, 27, 27, 28, 28 and 29, and then 29 and 30. And, the reason for the 4 school calendars is to propose a readjusted, school calendar to start school on August 15th and gradually do that, within those calendars. Based on the proposed calendar, we developed that based on the 17 GCA, the Guam Code annotated of having at least 180 instructional days, being able to have the school year 210 days from the start to the end date for each school year, meaning the 21 pay periods for teachers, and then as well as the summer break, the 50 days from end and start date within those 5 pay periods. And then we also recognize that the teacher reclassification is based on the beginning of the semester, and then we made that change to be on the first teacher workday, ensuring that the teacher receives their reclassification pay at the start of the school year. And so during those transition years, there will be a 3 to 4 day gap which will occur at the beginning of the school year, during which teachers will not receive pay for these days. And so we will inform the teachers and plan accordingly to have them adjust their pay or adjust how they would receive their income, and that was spread over the 26 pay periods, so that the teacher salaries could be allocated and cover within the 21 pay periods. So the proposed school calendar each has 180 instructional days, 2 teacher work days, and then 2 parent-teacher conference / PD days, which the PD will be half day PTC and half day for the professional development, and then 2 professional developments, which would be a total of 3 professional development days, totaling 186 teacher work days.
Thank you. Any motion on the floor?
Move to approve the calendars for school year 26-27, school year 27-28, school year 28-29, and school year 29-30.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? No discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Hope we're all still alive by then. 29, 30.
Absolutely will be. I'll be alive.
That's the spirit. Unsee amended board policies, quick question.
So normally, Mr. Chairman, board policies require the first reading, second reading, but somehow in GDOE's policy, it says that even amendments to the board policies must go through first reading and second reading. So I'd like to move all of these policies into second reading and final vote at the next board meeting.
Moved, seconded, discussion? No objection? So ordered. We'll go into the second reading. Speech therapist licensure requirements. Information. Anyone has the information on this? HR? Speech therapist licensure requirements is under you or no? SPED? There's no documents in our handouts. So we'll carry it over to the next meeting. Mr. Ada?
Ms. Cat, correct me if I'm wrong. Occupational therapy. Is it true that there's only one to cover the whole island? Is that a true statement?
I'm not sure.
I'm sorry?
I'm not sure what your question is on the whole island of Guam.
Yes.
I don't have the answer for that. I can.
Okay. Would you be kind enough to inquire? Because that is a very serious issue that has to be addressed. And if we have to go off island, I hate to use the word, but something has to be done to help those children with special needs, especially. I'm just hearing a report from Ms. LaPay saying that they have 39 students who are on special ed just in Head Start. Can you imagine how many are there in the kinder all the way up to 12th grade? That's serious. And I'm pretty sure you're going to find out that the statement I just made, one, to cover the whole island of Guam. Something has to be done. And if we don't bring up the issue, que sera, sera. But we have to. I hate to be sounding pessimistic, and I feel sorry for that one person who has to cover from Malaysia all the way up to Jigo. If the statement is true, Dr. Adamos, is that statement true? That there's only one?
We're trying to get the correct answer, I believe.
Okay, all right. Because I got this pretty good information from a very reliable source. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let that show on record and I'm bringing this issue up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ada. Back on the speech therapist licensure requirements, actually it is in our packets. And it's a letter from a concerned licensed speech therapist. And there are apparently laws that have to be followed as far as licensure. And HR, you have to be aware of this, because whoever you're hiring for these positions, either they have to follow the law or they are under the exemption in the law. And we can send this to you. And the superintendent, I'm sure has it because it was sent to him. But it's something where we're denying speech therapists employment because we're not exempting them from the licensure requirement that is in the law. And so please be aware of this. And if you have applicants, let them also be aware of what this is. And make a report back to us, Mr. Superintendent, at the next meeting as to who this affects and how many applicants it's affected. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is his request for travel board chair and superintendent. This is there because I've spoken to both the vice chair and Ms. G. What it is that the U.S. Secretary of Ed, as you know, is taking a tour of every educational system in the states, 50 states. There is no mention of her coming out to the territories. So the idea came about, and we asked Congressman Moylan to see what he can do to schedule a meeting, not, and at the idea from the vice chair that we include all the territories in one meeting with the Secretary of Ed. This way, we don't have to go individually to meet with her. I did mention that to the Congressman again last week when he was here. He's working on it. So that's why this request is there, not because we already have plans to go or dates to go. It's just that if the dates are finalized by the Congressman or by the USS office, that we already have the authority to do so. So that's why it's there. It may not happen if there is no meeting that's put together for Guam or for the territories, and so it will become moot. But that's why it's there. So I'm just asking for a motion. This is pre-planning, if you want to say it that way. Dr. Manik, you want to make a motion? Motion first before you ask them. Make a motion.
Motion to approve.
You have to make motion either deny or approve. Then we discuss it.
Okay, so I make a motion to approve, but subject to discussion.
It's been moved by Dr. Guthers. Any second? Second by Ms. Felly. Discussion? Ms.
Discussion.
Dr. G.
Are there two federal Department of Education? I'm asking because, number one, the present Secretary of Education says she's gonna abolish department. And there's an executive order from the president to the Secretary of Education telling her to abolish the department. So I'm just wondering if this, I know the purpose, you wanna make sure we have a good relationship, make sure that we can still help, get help from the Federal Department of Education.
It's still there.
It's kind of awkward. It's very awkward. The secretary says, we're gonna abolish this department, I'm gonna be the last Secretary of Education. And the president says the executive order to abolish the Federal Department of Education. And then we're gonna go to a meeting where the secretary is gonna abolish her department, and because the president told her she has to, and then we're gonna ask for help. So I just wanna make that a record, that we'd like more definitive understanding of what is the future of the Federal Department of Education. Because I heard they may move everything over to the Department of the Interior for the territories when it comes to education. So we might be talking to the wrong person. Make sure we're talking to the right person. With due respect to the Secretary of Education. So those are my comments and questions, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Chief.
Mr. Chair, I'm not in support. We have a superintendent will be gone in a month and a half or 2 months. We should wait for the new superintendent. I was on the new NASB exchange where Hawaii said they're still waiting. So why do we, if that's the case, then let's wait and piggyback in Hawaii. In all due respect to Congressman Moylan, I'm not comfortable that he will come up back with an answer. So even the CNMI, they're gonna piggyback with Hawaii, which is closer. So for me, this is not the time. This is not, like Dr. Gotcha said, to abolish the U.S. Department of Education. This is, I don't know how many of you have subscribed where it's been special ed. So for me, it's not the right time. Thank you.
Okay. Well, it's not about the timing, and actually, it doesn't say Superintendent Swanson, it says superintendent. So whoever that may be, if it's not him and if it's a new one, that's what we're talking about. And as far as, I'll be with you, As far as, it's not the time, well, when they do set up the meeting, we may not have the time to come back and approve it. And so, like I said, this is not because it's planned already to spend, it may not even happen. It's just that it's on the books, that if it does happen, it's there. It's no requirement to that GDOE.
Next week, at their own expense, Dr. Okada and Mrs. Gutierrez are going to be at the NASB meeting. We can request that they find out what the heck's going on and let us know. Let us know what's going on, because they'll be talking, they'll be interacting. I'm sure there'll be some federal officials there. And we'll get the real scoop on what's going on, and we'll have a better understanding.
So there'll be no further discussion. We'll draw this on the agenda. Dr. McNish.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and certainly I did want to say a couple of real quick points. First, I'm going to be, I would never be able to go on this kind of trip because I'm doing a lot of stuff in the next couple of months, and so I'm not coming from that angle. But I would like to kindly suggest, and I think it's an important point, that there's no more important type of contact we can have with the federal government than personal contact. Just have to meet with them. I have to be very blunt from a policy standpoint. Our leaders literally have to meet with them. It matters a whole lot. And the politics side, I never bring politics into any of my discussions, of course. But the thing is, I don't care if they're Democrat or Republican or whatever. I think that what should matter is that we have open communication, we have active communication, and bring Dr. Guthers with you if you'd like to. I'm just teasing. But I think I would like to kindly suggest to our members, these trips are important, and not only are they important, they should be taken whenever we can have them taken. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your support, and that's the only reason for this. Any other discussion? You still want to call on the vote? I'll go for the question. All those in favor, say aye. 2. Oppose? 1. We'll leave it on the agenda for the next time, and hopefully, if there is more definite response from either the congressman or from the U.S. Office of U.S. Ed themselves, then we'll let you know. Okay. All right. With that, we've exhausted our regular agenda. We are now ready to go into executive session. We just finished.
Mr. Chair,
Motion to go into executive session.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to go into executive session.
Any objection? No objection. We're now in executive session. Legal counsel, please stay